and in the streets. I'm Rachel Nichols, back here with our big timers, Mr. Kendrick Perkins, Ms. Monica McNutt, and we got to talk about one of the biggest stories of the offseason, the revamped LA Lakers. One of the most notable acquisitions was, of course, the signing of Carmelo Anthony. He is expected to be introduced in a press conference later today. So, Kendrick, what do you think Melo's impact with the Lakers will be, joining LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook as well?
It's going to be everything, for the simple fact that Melo has found himself, meaning his new role. He understands that he's not a franchise guy no more. We saw that in Portland. He's going to be to the Lakers what they expected Kyle Kuzma to be. And that's a guy to come in off the bench and give them 15 to 16 points a night, or even more if he gets hot, which we know Melo could do, because Melo is a hooper. You can drop him off anywhere in America. He's going to get buckets. He's going to get buckets probably till he's the age of 65.
Okay, well, there's Melo then, but Monica, there's the whole roster. So how do you see all the pieces fitting together? Look at that face. That face is not a happy face.
I agree that Melo understands his role. He's going to understand the assignment, okay? But I don't think that's enough to get this team over the hump. When you look, Russell Westbrook's statistical best year was back in the 2016-2017 season. LeBron averaged a double-double last season, but that was the first time he'd done that. So you argue that he didn't even that formula for him has not equated to necessary success, right? And then Melo, who I love, I want Melo to get a ring. The durability of this team continues to be a question, especially when your young stud who's supposed to lead the way has never played an 82-game season. Now, he did get to 75 3 times, but still, I think Melo's going to be great, but I don't know that impact is going to be get this team over the hump. They got a few more humps to clear that have nothing to do with Melo in my mind.
Well, look, one thing about it is that all this team has to do is get to the playoffs.
I don't know.
Let me tell you why. Sit back and just listen for a second, Monica. I know you have concerns.
Let me listen.
But I don't. Because here's why. One thing we know, when you get a group of guys like this, right, that know that they want to accomplish winning the championship. Like, I was on the 2010 Boston Celtics. Well, we pretty much had an old team. When you come together collectively and you know that you're old, we had Rasheed Wallace. He had a bad back. Although we didn't win, we had Kevin Garnett. Like, those guys were getting up in age. But when you have that mindset of putting your pride aside and doing what's best for the team, like maybe LeBron James playing the power forward position, Anthony Davis playing the 5, Dwight Howard still could jump out of the gym. And I think people don't give Russell Westbrook enough credit for his decision making. This is a guy that led the NBA last year in assists. He led it in assists with a lot of G League guys around him.
Perk, I hear you. I think you're probably not wrong in that assessment. In fact, a recent conversation I was having compared this group to the 04 Lakers. They got there and couldn't clear it, right? I just think the West is not waiting.
With that 04 Lakers team.
Okay, let's just go to the age of the basketball part. Let's just keep it real simple. The West is not waiting. Like, I just don't see where there's enough room.
Don't you? First of all, don't give me all this.
I'm pleading. I'm not snapping.
Listen, because I'm telling you this, all right? One thing about it that we fail to realize is that the most important piece is Anthony Davis.
Who can't stay healthy.
Okay, but when he is healthy, he dominated in great fashion. Did he not deliver a championship?
Yes.
Okay, so
there is more of a risk that he's not healthy. There have been seasons he's been healthy, and you just identified some of them.
Okay.
It's just a risk. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes he's had some bad luck.
Do y'all have, who in the 7-game series, you name me one team that could beat the Lakers?
I think, okay, that's a little tough. I think the Warriors are reloading, and I think the Utah Jazz are going to have that similar experience to what the Milwaukee Bucks have had in terms of being close and coming up short.
That lost to the Clippers.
Did you hear what I said? Similar to the Milwaukee Bucks experience. Okay, they needed that.
I got another Western Conference team we got to talk about. Luka Doncic coming off, of course, a strong Olympic performance. This man is about to get paid. According to our own Tick McMahon, a Mavericks contingent, including Dirk Nowitzki, Mark Cuban, new GM Nico Harrison. They brought everybody, and they have arrived in Slovenia to present Luka with his $207 million Supermax. Here is some video. Just Dirk Nowitzki walking around, not attracting any attention or anything.
They're not wearing masks over there, y'all.
Can you imagine? I mean, they're outdoors.
You're right, Rachel.
They're outdoors. I don't know. Look, Kendrick, what more do the Mavs need to do to build a team around Luka that the Mavericks could get into this argument y'all were just having about who can win in a 7-game series? Because $207 million is lovely, but he also wants a ring.
He do, and I think the first step was getting Jason Kidd in there. You know, I always preach about a change of voice in the locker room changes everything. And now Jay Kidd could get Luka to buy into making Phil Porzingis want it again. That's a huge thing. And I understand people saying, oh, he need to get out of his feelings. He getting paid a lot of money. But sometimes you have to coach each player differently. And sometimes you may have to stroke and feed their ego to get the best out of their player. Remember, 2 years ago, Luka and Porzingis they had the highest scoring duo in the bubble.
Yeah.
They both was averaging around 30 points. So if you could just get those two on one accord, then you have a great, great foundation to start from.
He needs a number 2, a solidified number 2. If Porzingis is going to emerge as that guy, cool. I don't know if Hardaway can emerge. I'm a Tim Hardaway Jr. fan, but I don't know if he's capable of being that guy. He needs a solidified number 2 because we've seen teams are like, all right, let Luka get 50, just cap everybody else off.
But the key question with KP is, can you trust him to play the 5 defensively on a consistent basis? Because that unlocks so much other stuff with their team, right?
It feels, yes, to answer your question, yes. But I think Luka is also turning into a guy that people want to play with. And I'm not sure what other superstars the Mavs may be eyeballing, but we know that Cuban is willing to invest in his organization to make that a destination. I don't know if that current roster has the guy that's going to be number 2.
I mean, I'm just not giving up on KP.
Yeah.
And I have criticized him in the past. I've called him a diva, and it's okay. He may have diva mentalities. He may want things his way, but at the end of the day, the best KP, like a guy that could go out there and get you 25, 15 rebounds, 7 blocks. Just look at what Porzingis was doing when Luka wasn't on the floor. And
It's not going to be like that.
I get that, but
Okay,
what I'm
sorry.
saying, if you could make both of them coexist at the same time, which I believe Jay Kidd can do, because we witness certain coaches having a certain effect on their locker room when it's a change of voices.
Here's
right?
the bottom line. That is an untapped resource right now in Dallas. He is not being maximized. Whether you decide it's because of him, because of coaching, because of the front office, because of teammates, you could put the blame wherever you want, but it's not happening yet. So their biggest goal this season is to maximize him better, because their best chance is to go with the guys they've already got. Trying to lure other guys in and make trades and all of that, you're going to lose value in the exchange. Their best shot is to make Kristaps Porzingis work for this team with Luka, and I know from talking to Jason Kidd, that is his number 1 goal. Monica McNutt, thank you so much for being here today. We've
appreciate
only
it.
had you on screens before. This is fantastic.
And RJ
Perk.
is watching right now.
He is watching. He texted Perk
Yeah, and I refuse to receive.
during the show. Coming up in 2 minutes, did Kevin Durant secure his legacy as the greatest men's basketball player ever?
Did he?
You won't want to miss what's coming up after this break. First, though, time for our second distant replay, 2020. We were just talking about this, man. It's Dame time, friends.
Oh, my goodness.
Get you in foul trouble. And Dame,
That's incredible.
At that point in time, he just couldn't miss.
Come on.
Literally.
This man scores when he's not even trying.